Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I am happy to see all of you here tonight. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about tonight. We are in Pensacola, Florida. That's right, the old school setup or the new school setup. I'm not sure, however you look at it, but we are in Pensacola. We got the old school, Chrono Cross behind us. We've got Halo Reach behind us. And man, what a day it has been. There's just so much nonsense to talk about. It's hard to process just how dumb things are right now with this trial that Donald Trump is involved in. The optics involved, the little bit of footage that we saw today. This is just insanity. This is insanity. And Hayden Wayne just dropped up 50. And I think he's actually, I kind of skimmed it a little bit to see what he was saying. He's kind of on point with what I'm thinking, I believe. Hayden says, so how about the judge allowing a photo into the courtroom to get his shot of James glaring at the back of Trump's head, then Trump sitting there unaware, and then he took off his glasses to smile because the boomer tard doesn't know how cameras work. Yes, and that is like the optics of this are going to be terrible, incredibly terrible for everything they're doing. That was a campaign for Trump. That's what it was. That was a perfect campaign ad. You had the AG sitting there. Is it Leticia James? Is that her name? You had her sitting there with a smirk. You had the judge, and we're going to play that clip. There's so much to talk about right now. There's so much to talk about. Kevin Cron dropping 5 gifties to get the party started. Man, is the audio messed up? Testing. Is the audio? Flint Glockwood says, is the audio fucked for anyone, or is it just me? Should be good to go. I mean, outside of the fact that my microphone isn't as good as my microphone in Orlando, but should be good. Okay, all is good. All right. Shout out Cam Man. There's Eric K. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I have got so much to cover. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Jeremy, did you see that Elon is doing a game stream test on Twitter? I did. He just went live doing a game stream test. So that should be pretty interesting. Joe C, pure blood, never forget Snake Pit. Our government and media told us about UFOs, aliens, and Tupac's killer before naming any of Epstein's clients. Cheers 199. Absolutely. Not one single client. Yet we quote unquote found out who Tupac's killer is. I don't buy it. But yeah, they love giving us information that we don't want or we don't believe. Pretty interesting how that works. The Puller Jay Bowman says, hope I got you good this morning with the name. It's fantastic. I love it so damn much. So damn good. So damn good. Let's see. I listen to you every day as I edit. My main channel is almost at 35. Is it Geldo 20? I listen to you every day as I edit. My main channel is at almost 3,500 subs. Last I told you I was at 2,400. No viral hits, just consistent uploads. That is how it's done. Just consistent uploads, grinding it out. That's awesome to hear, man. So congratulations on all of your success. Keep grinding, brother. That is excellent news. I am really happy to hear that. Drunk 3PO says, get Jeremy to number 1. You know, something weird's been going on. And thank you, Jay. I appreciate that, brother. Something weird's been going on those super chat lists. Like some weird accounts have been popping up with a lot of weird numbers. But I definitely believe we can continue to remain at the top of the food chain with the Snake Pit rising up. Thank you, Jay. Jay did a great job tonight hosting over on Rumble for Mario Kart. Jay just continuing to crush it, man. He's awesome. Shout out to Jay. Batgoat says, Jeremy, or Reverend, I'm sorry. Reverend, can you bless this chat? Jeremy Osteen has a higher price than normal here in the Snake Pit. The Snake Pit demands more from Jeremy Osteen because his blessing. There's a lot of toxicity here in the Snake Pit. Jeremy Osteen needs a lot of dollar bills before he's going to bless this chat. That's all I'll say. Jay is takeover. Hayden Wayne. The judge banned cameras from the courtroom, but allowed that publicity shot to happen before the trial started. Also, Mar-a-Lago valued at $20 million. Laughing my ass off. Look on Zillow at the properties around Mar-a-Lago. It's worth $1 billion. Yeah, we looked up a lot of those properties. One of the more recent CobraCast, and it is nonsense. It is nonsense that anybody says anything other than it's worth at least between $500 million and $1 billion. It's absolutely insane. Let's see. Jeremy, you are the GOAT. Thank you, 199. My wife and I started a church group this week. Jesus' blessing, and he will bless this nation. Hail 199. Hail the chat and hail the Lord. Look at that, man. That's nice. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Liberty Prime, the Jeremy Osteen shit is cringe. I agree. I don't disagree with you, okay? I don't disagree with you, Liberty Prime. And I love the 199 in your name. I think it's cringe too, but the people want it. I think it's cringe. Cerberus dropped 10 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. All right, we just gotta jump right in on some of this stuff really quick. So let me show you. All right, so we're gonna have a lot of moving around here. Okay, I've got a lot that we're gonna be covering. I have bookmarked so much stuff. Suddenly I don't see the bookmark that I wanted though, of them with cameras in the courtrooms. Where is it at? They actually, did they remove it? Maybe the tweet? got removed? I'm not sure. But that's okay. We'll find it. Give me just a second. So it was a courtroom and the judge just smiling. It was such nonsense. I truly can't believe how bad it is. Here we go. Okay. Yep, I found it right here. This is the biggest disaster of all time for anybody that's like hates Trump or anything like that. Like this right here, this is your worst nightmare. This is your worst nightmare. I'm sorry, I'm trying to bookmark it right now. The Trump campaign has to use this. They have to use this over and over and over again because this is something that people will remember for the rest of time. Here we go right here. So this was the weird scenario where they started to share like all of this, like the fact that they shared this and thought that this was a good idea is truly
Jeremy, your mic went out.
I know. I don't know why the fuck that happens here. I know it's picking up on the wrong mic now. Give me a minute. Get in here, Jed. Get in here for a minute. Have to unplug it and replug it in. It's so retarded. I don't know why this happens here. I guess I need to go with an XLR mic. So I guess I'm gonna have to give it to.
Now it's back. All right, is that better?
Yep, sound good.
I don't know why.
Your camera is glitching like crazy though.
Jesus fucking fuck. What the fuck is wrong with my fucking setup here suddenly? All because I shared my screen, I guess. Good Lord. Can't get anything to work around here, can we? All right. Now, is that better?
Yeah, looks good to me.
All right. See there? That's why we have Jed here. That's why we have Jed here. Okay, here we go. This is complete and total nonsense on every single level. Let's watch this.
There's a camera in that courtroom. Was that supposed to be, or would they just be simply ushered out when we're gabbled to order?
Well, you're more likely to have cameras in state proceedings, and so it's up to the discretion of the judge. And quite frankly, I'm not too sure that both parties would want this. I think that Trump views this, the optics of this, as working to his advantage. Look, people looking at this live picture right now will be either filled with rage or they will be thrilled. And that's the problem, is that, you have James now being shown in the background. You've got Trump in the foreground, and it fulfills the narrative on both sides. Trump is.
What the fuck are we watching here? What the hell is this? There's the only people that are serious in this entire situation is Trump and his team. Everybody else is laughing, giggling. The judge sits there like a freaking clown. Are you kidding me right now? What the hell are we doing? This is the former president of the United States of America. This is the current frontrunner for the Republican nomination and the number one opponent of Joe Biden. And they are acting like it is just like a reality TV show. They are absolute psychos. Vic Whiplash for 20. And Vic Whiplash says, sitting at the bar watching ya, wearing a screen-worn Aliens 3 leather bomber jacket I won at an auction. That is badass, Vic Whiplash. How you doing, brother? That is awesome. Everybody say hello to Vic Whiplash. Willie Will just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Let's go, baby. Willie Will in the house. Back up to this, though. Seriously, this is absolute nonsense. Look how he's acting. Look at this. Look at this.
Is that, you have James now being shown in the background.
All right, so he was serious, and then he sees cameras.
You've got Trump in the foreground, and it fulfills the narrative on both sides. Trump is.
What the hell is going on? This has to be the best thing ever for the Trump campaign. This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal for his re-election. It's phenomenal. Vic Whiplash just dropped 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. Man, the chat is starting to heat up right now. I see a lot of emojis. I see a lot of gifted memberships. I see a lot of super chats. The chat is getting lit right now. And trust me, we have a lot to cover tonight. A lot. So one more time, because I know that a lot of you that hadn't seen this, I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for this video at all. I was not prepared for this. Now let's break this down a little bit.
There's a camera in that courtroom.
Now right here, Trump and his team, obviously very, very focused, very, very focused. All right, but watch the rest of the people involved.
Supposed to be, or would they just be simply ushered out when we're gabbled to order?
Well,
now these two right here just start laughing and carrying on because it's just a good old party.
You're more likely to have cameras in
See?
state proceedings,
Look at 'em.
and so it's up to the discretion of the judge. And quite frankly, I'm not too sure that both parties would want this. I think that Trump.
Now there's fish-eyed Leticia James. I don't know if you guys have seen her eyeballs go all over the fucking place. Like her eyeballs are just all over the place. Like you could see in that picture right there. Like they're just going all over the place. And she's clearly loving this moment.
Trump views this, the optics of this, as working to his advantage. Look, people looking at this live picture right now will be either filled with rage or they will.
You see Trump just as serious as can be
thrilled. And that's the problem, is that, you have James now
and then you get to this. You get to this clown. This is insanity.
being shown in the background. You've got.
Look, what the. It drives me crazy, bro.
Trump in the foreground, and it fulfills the narrative on both sides. Trump is likely right. I mean, he's being shown in a sort of tag team series of prosecutions and civil lawsuits where one prosecutor tags another. They're all insisting on these trials occurring before the election.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then we had Trump himself speak. This is before, I believe, but let me see. I've got a lot of bookmarks, so we're going to be going through a lot today, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So I got a lot of bookmarks we're going to be going through. Right here. All right.
So this case where banks got paid a fortune, loaned money, got paid money back, didn't even need their money. We built a great company, and we have to go through this. So this just broke, but before I discuss that, why are we trying a case that the Appellate Division of New York State has just ruled recently that we won 80% of our case? And this judge refuses to acknowledge the ruling, which is very plain for all to see. We won, as you know, it had to do with Ivanka, and it had to do with other things. It had to do with the statute of limitations, where they wanted to go back to 200 years ago, 500 years ago. It was limited, very much limited, and it amounted to about 80%.
Yes, Willie Will, all of this happened today. So Trump has been campaigning like a madman, and then he showed up in court today. This right here happened, I believe, prior. Yes, so this happened, I believe, prior to him. This might have been after his appearance, but yeah, this all happened today.
Of the case was won by us in the Appellate Division. And this rogue judge, a Trump hater, the only one that hates Trump more is his associate up there, his person that works with him. She's screaming into his ear on almost every time we ask a question. a disgrace. You want to know the truth? It's a disgrace. So this rogue judge refuses to acknowledge the fact that we won 80% of this case in the appellate division, including statute of limitations. You know, in the statute of limitations, you have a period of time. He wants to go back so far that nobody's ever even heard of such a ridiculous thing. So we won the case in the appellate division, and this judge refuses to acknowledge the appellate division, meaning he's got contempt for his own court system. Nobody's ever seen that before, where he refuses to even talk about it or acknowledge it. And the Attorney General is a total...
Man, I love how serious Trump is right now on this. He is on point right now, and you can tell that he's pissed off, and he should be pissed off. This is a disaster to our country. This is a disaster to everything that this country was built on. It is unbelievable. Hayden, I said in my $5 super, James is staring at Trump. It's a total setup to try and get a couple of screenshots. Boomer Judge thought cameras allowed didn't mean video happens. James was waiting for the video to hit her, staring at Trump's head, anger, LOL. Yeah, this is a terribly produced television show is what this is. All of this is a badly produced television show by a bunch of clowns that have no idea what they are doing.
She's a corrupt person, a terrible person, driving people out of New York, number one. That's number one. Number two, it just came out a few minutes ago where Palm Beach County, the people that do this agree with us 100%, and they say the judge is wrong. The judge is wrong in his ruling. He valued Mar-a-Lago at $18 million, and it's worth $1 billion, maybe $1.5 billion. And you saw where various properties that we have that are valued in the financial statements, which is totally subject to the clause that you've all been hearing about doing buyer beware, as they call it. But this just came out. Error in New York civil fraud case against Trump is flagged by industry insiders who say valuation of Mar-a-Lago cited by judge is based on a misunderstanding of basic real estate practice. So they're saying the judge has misunderstood basic real estate practice. I say they're wrong about that. He didn't misunderstand it. This is a rigged court. He's put there to do a job on Trump. Now, this comes from highly respected officials in Palm Beach County. Also, apparent mistake by Judge Engoron surfaces in the use of a Palm Beach County appraisal of Mar-a-Lago that an expert says is detached from the true value of the property. Now, I don't know the people that we're talking about in Palm Beach County, but they saw this egregious trial, this horrible, horrible trial going on, while at the same time people are being murdered right outside of the streets, and nothing happens to those people that do the murdering. They go after Trump. So this was just released by Palm Beach County, that the judge in this case is wrong. And by the way, he's talking about them. So they're explaining to him that he's wrong. Here's another one, just came out. New York v. Trump could set precedent for the use of New York's overweening executive law. One doesn't have to be a lawyer to see the danger to anyone doing business in the Empire State. Anybody that does business in New York State is crazy. When you have a radical left attorney general like Leticia James, who's a disgrace to our country, who got elected on the fact that...
Dude, I love the balls on this man. This dude is like, fuck these people. He's calling out the judge. He's calling out Leticia James. And this is while the trial is going on, and he is crushing them. This dude is a badass. He doesn't care. He's not scared of you. And he knows that he is right. And he knows that he is going to get full-on revenge. I love this dude, man. I love President Trump so damn much. Holy crap.
And she's going to take down President Trump. We're going to take him down. She knew nothing about me. But she got elected on that basis. And we have Others likewise. Take a look at what's going on in Georgia. Take a look at Jack Smith. Take a look at these people. This is called election interference, and worse than that, really much worse than that. And you don't get much worse than election interference, especially we're talking presidential election of 2024. So this judge should change his ruling because Palm Beach County said he was totally wrong, and he was ruling based on them. He ruled we didn't even have a chance to testify. I got a call last week, sir, we lost part of the case. I said, the trial didn't even start. You know, the trial starts, I guess, today. He ruled that we lost a big part of the case because he's a Democrat club politician. He's a Democrat operative, and he's a disgrace to people that call themselves judges. And I hope my lawyers go in, and I hope they fight him very hard because this guy's getting away with murder.
Hey, I love Trump. It is hard to not look at Alina Habba standing back there in the background. I just got to say it's hard to not look at her the whole time, but I'm listening to everything that Trump is saying.
And his clerk should not be allowed to be in his ear on every single question. You take a look at what's happening with her. She hates Trump more than he does. So that's where it is. We have 80% of this trial has been won. In June, they came down, the end of June, with a decision, a very powerful decision. And it said on statute of limitations and just about everything else, would you say approximately 80% of the trial?
Yes, sir.
Attorneys, is that right? Approximately 80% of the trials won. He refuses to acknowledge his own appellate division. And I think it's a disgrace to our country. And somebody has to fight, because if you don't fight, our country is just going to go down the tube. This is election interference. This guy's a highly partisan person, and we can't let this stuff happen. So you should ask yourselves as professionals, I have a lot of respect for you, not all of you, but a lot of you. Why is it that he didn't honor the decision of the appellate? And by the way, I believe it was a unanimous decision, right?
Did she almost laugh when he said that? Did she almost laugh? I think she laughed when he said that. Hang on.
It's a fight, because if you don't fight, our country is just going to go down the tube. This is election interference. This guy's a highly partisan person, and we can't let this stuff happen. So you should ask yourselves as professionals, I have a lot of respect for you, not all of you, but a lot of you. Why is it that he didn't honor the decision of the appellate? And by the way, I believe it was a unanimous decision, right? It's a 5-0 decision, unanimous decision. And he said, I'm not going to honor it. Let's go to trial. This is a judge that should be disbarred. This is a judge that should be out of office. This is a judge that some people say could be charged criminally for what he's doing. He's interfering with an election, and it's a disgrace. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Trump, why do you want to be here?
Crushing it, man. Trump crushing it. Still got 30 minutes or 30 seconds.
Because I want to watch this witch hunt myself. I've been going through a witch hunt for years. He's out of office. This is a judge that some people say could be charged criminally for what he's doing. He's interfering with an election, and it's a disgrace. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Trump, why do you want to be here in person today?
Because I want to watch this witch hunt myself. I've been going through a witch hunt for years, but this is really now getting dirty between Jack Smith and between all of these DOJ people helping them along. This is a pure witch hunt for purposes of interfering with the elections of the United States of America. It's totally illegal. This judge should be disbarred. He shouldn't be allowed to be a judge.
Bro, Trump is fired up. Trump is fired up. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not playing around, and I love it. I love the energy. He's got the dragon energy. Trump is not playing around. He is really pissed off. He is really pissed off. And I love it. I love every single second of that. That was fantastic. Yeah, this is that was good. That was really good. I was really happy to hear that from President Trump. Let's see. So that was so this is the goofy fish-eyed weirdo, the AG that's going after him.
Donald Trump and the other defendants have committed persistent and repeated fraud. Last week, we proved that in our motion for summary judgment. Today, we will prove our other claims. My message...
Look at her eyes! Look at her eyes!
...is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it. The law is both powerful and fragile. And today in court, we will prove our case. I thank you all for being here. And again, justice will prevail. Thank you.
Oh, God, man. One of the most unlikable human beings on the planet. Holy crap. What a disgrace. Is this a different one? I can't remember. I think this is a different one. Yeah, this was after the fact, I believe. I can't remember if this is after the fact or if this is the same one.
Well, I think that was very good. That last 5 minutes was outstanding.
It's kind of hard to hear this one. I don't know if I have a better version, but can you guys hear Trump? Yeah, this is after.
The judge essentially conceded that the statute of limitations that we won at the Court of Appeals is in effect. Therefore, about 80% of the case is over. I was going to come out and say that, as you know, we're not entitled to a jury, which is pretty unusual in the United States of America. So I think it's very unfair that I don't have a jury, but the judge's last statement was very fair. And if I read it right, I'll let perhaps one of the lawyers speak to it. Cliff, maybe you'll speak to it if you would. But the way I interpret that, and the way everyone else in the room seems to interpret that, is that the statute of limitations is a very real thing in this country. And that would be about 80% of this case would be over. Could somebody speak to that, please? What, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So based on the judge's comments, based on the judge's comments at the end of the trial today, it would appear that he is agreeing that all of the transactions that closed prior to 2014 are now out of the case.
Which is about 80% of the case. And it's also something that we won on appeal, but was not accepted by this court, but now seems to be accepted by this court. As far as the jury is concerned, it's much different now. I must tell you that it was 20 minutes ago. We were going to come out and complain that, in this country, you're entitled to a jury. But we very much appreciate the judge's decision today, or his statement today, on statute of limitations, which is a very big thing. It's a limited time period. And we did nothing wrong. And if you look at the statements, they showed that even in 2011, I guess the number was $258 million in cash. Very strong company. I don't believe we really, maybe I wouldn't do a couple of deals or something, but I wouldn't have even needed to go to banks. Banks loved our business. They loved our deals. They weren't defrauded. They lost no money. They made money. They had the finest attorneys that there are. Frankly, their attorneys were better than my attorneys. And they made a lot of money, and they considered me a very good client. I paid them back on time, on schedule. There was no default. They never even sent me a default letter. Not one. For years, never got a default letter. And there's no case here. There's no victim. The banks aren't a victim. The insurance companies are a victim. Everybody got paid. It's a terrible, terrible thing. This was for politics. Now, it has been very successful for them because they took me off the campaign trail. Because I've been sitting in the courthouse all day long instead of being in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, or a lot of other places I could be at. This is a horrible situation for our country. It's never happened before. It's election interference. They're interfering with the presidential election of 2024, and the people of our country see it. But this was a big, I say surprise, but it was a great credit to the court that the judge was willing to do this. He sort of overruled himself, and I greatly respect that. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Are you coming back tomorrow?
We may. I'd love not to. I'd love to be campaigning instead of doing this. I built a great company. That's one thing people are seeing all the way back to 2011. And today, it's much bigger and much better and even much more liquid. That was $258 million for a real estate development. That's a lot of money. That was in 2011. Today, it's much more than that, much more. I built a great company and did great things for New York, and they should respect that. I've employed thousands and thousands of people in New York, and they should respect that. The Attorney General of this state is a disgrace. Leticia James is a disgrace. She's a disgrace to our country and to the state of New York. She should focus on all of the violent crime and the murders going on in New York, not on somebody that paid back the banks in full without a default, and in many cases paid it back early. Thank you very much, everybody.
What a guy, man. Trump is he's that dude. Trump is that dude. Now this right here, I know Trump reposted this, and I thought this was awesome. This is the most accurate court sketch of all time because nobody could have made it this far alone. And Trump took that from Dom and he put that over on True Social, and that is freaking awesome. It is really, really awesome, and I'm really happy. Let's see. I'm trying to see. This guy like? Are you? Hang on. I don't know if this is like a sarcastic comment or like. So are you basically saying like, yes, buy your Trump steak, your Trump water, your Trump game, his United States football team, Trump model, and more? Yeah. Are you upset that we support Donald Trump? Are you upset that I support Donald Trump? Does that make you mad? Does it bother you? Because if it does, I would just like to ask you, what would you do about it? What will you do about it? If that's a problem for you. Let's see. Oh, he just commented again. He commented again. And he said, scared to see some in here want Trump for king. I want Trump for king. What are you going to do about it? In fact, how mad is it going to make you to see all of these comments telling you that they agree? How mad is it for you? How mad are you going to be when you see all these super chats flying with Trump for king? How mad is that going to make you? Trump for king, baby. Scream it to the heavens just so you can cry yourself to sleep. Trump for king 2024. Let's go. The Maga King. You're damn right we want Trump for king. Let's go. Any normal person with a working brain wants Trump for king. We want the United States of America to be a good place. A place where people thrive, a place where families can grow, a place where we say Merry Christmas, a place with low gas prices, a place where we don't go to war for no reason. That's exactly what we want from the United States of America. And if that makes you upset, then stay upset. I'm not telling you have to agree with me. I'm not telling you have to agree with me. You can think whatever you want, but you're going to come in here crying because other people disagree with you? That is beta mentality right there. You are a beta. You are a pathetic beta. That is the bottom line right there. And you can be upset. It's fine. But it doesn't change the fact that Trump is the man. He is the most popular person on the planet for a reason. In fact, look at this clip from Trump. What is this, 20, 30 years ago? This man is consistent.
Okay.
Hang on, I got to stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I agree with you on NATO. I agree with you on other countries. I don't want to single out Japan. I don't want to single out Saudi Arabia, but these are countries that people understand the kind of wealth we're talking about, and I will single them out. But there are many other countries and taking tremendous advantage of this, including NATO. If you look at the payments that we're making to NATO, they're totally disproportionate with everybody else's, and it's ridiculous. As far as other causes that are near and dear, this is the cause, because if we can solve this, then we're able to take care of something that I consider to be ultimately of ultimate importance, and that is the homeless situation, that is the farmers, that is the sick. We don't have any money. This country is busted. And it's busted because we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing. If we had business ability in this country, we'd be making lots of profit, so-called surplus profit. And that profit, that money, could be going to defend and I literally mean defend our homeless and our poor and our sick and our farmers. And that's where we ought to be spending the money, not giving it to countries that don't give a damn for us to start off with.
Well said, God Emperor King Trump, the Maga King, the Maga King. That's right, the Maga King. Let me now remember I share my screen. Fucking thing messes up, so we're gonna try to do this again. Hopefully it doesn't mess up. We'll see. Okay, all right, it didn't mess up, so there we go, right there. So all right. So again, this is what Trump shared earlier. It's awesome, and I love seeing that. I love seeing Trump embrace this type of stuff, because it is clear, that Trump, like, what he's doing is nobody else could do what he's doing. What he's having to go through, the lies, the attacks, like, this man is the most investigated man on the planet, probably of all time, especially in my lifetime. The only person that I put in the same category is Michael Jackson, but I think Trump has been far more attacked than Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was incredibly attacked, massively attacked, but I have never seen anyone attacked like Trump. And for him to sit there and have to deal with that over and over and over again, not just him, but his family, his businesses, people that work for him, people that voted for him, literally everybody that is in any connection whatsoever with Trump, they get attacked. And through all of this, he stands tall and he deals with it. They cannot make him waver. They can't make him back down. He refuses to back down. And that takes something that
I know my microphone messed up again. I'm trying to get it fixed. Give me a second, guys. Jesus. Why does that happen? It's this USB mic. I'm gonna have to get a different mic, clearly. You'd think a guy that runs a channel that gets as many super chats would have a decent mic. But what do I know, right?
Oh.
Talk for a minute, Jed.
Yo, 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 the snake pit. This is Ginger Jesus coming to you, blessing the chat, because Ginger Jesus doesn't have the same standards as Jeremy Osteen. So I will bless the chat for you. Ginger Jesus blesses all of you. I see we've got 1,400 people watching, and yet only 600 likes. I think we can bump those numbers up. Let's see that creamy back end before Jeremy's setup completely dunces out and dies.
Right.
So
I think we're back. We're
back?
back. Don't we have an extra roadcaster in Orlando?
I don't think so. Not
we're
a
not
roadcaster.
I thought we
Not
had
that
an,
I'm aware of.
in the studio that we were going to use for the studio? Or do you have that one hooked up in the studio?
Well, there's the one in the studio, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're not really using it, so I may just have to bring that one, but good Lord, man. It's just so frustrating, but we'll figure it out. All right, I'm going to share my screen again, Jed, so stand by. All
right.
We'll see what happens first. Okay, there we go. All right, we're good. All right, so here is a man of the people right here, and that would be Trump. Did you see this today, Jed?
I haven't seen this, no.
Donald Trump gets McDonald's delivered to court during civil fraud trial. Holy crap.
Of course he does.
What a guy, dude. What a guy. Like, this is so good. It's so good. I love it. It's the best. The only thing it would have been better if it would have been Culver's. But yeah, dude, this guy's the best, man. Like, this man's like 77 years old. He's fighting battles every day. He's got all the corrupt media, the corrupt judicial system, corrupt politicians. They're all after him. And he's just like, I'm going to go to a court and order fucking McDonald's. Oh, man. Anthony, hang on. This guy wants some attention too. Let me see. Where's he at? Anthony says, you are slobbering on Trump's knob, LOL. Anthony, why are you here if you don't like Trump? Why aren't you watching someone that's giving you the political opinion that you want? I'm sure you're a fan of AOC. I'm sure you're a fan of Gavin Newsom. I'm sure you think Joe Biden is the greatest president of all time. So, Anthony, I have to ask you, is Trump racist or sexist? I would like to know from your perspective, is he racist or is he sexist? Just so we can kind of understand how deranged you really are. And I'm glad, Anthony, I am glad that you are, in fact, not a Trump supporter, because thank God we don't need that level of soy in the MAGA movement. Okay. So can you explain to us, is Trump is he racist or is he sexist? I'm just curious. Or can you point to a particular tweet that made you cry? Is there one tweet in particular that makes you cry? And to be fair, and I understand why you would want to cry, because you can masturbate to the tears that Trump makes you cry when he has mean tweets. Because we do know that the mean tweets make you cry. You cry yourself to sleep because of mean tweets, don't you? You just sit there in the corner just crying about them overnight. But yeah, I know that guy's been begging me to highlight his comment. And to be clear, goodness gracious. This dude right here. Hang on. No. You said, name one good policy he did in 4 years, clown. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Do you want to talk about his policies? Do you want to talk about the fact that we had no war under President Trump? Do you like war, Anthony? Do you like when America goes to war and you see innocent people dying? Do you like when United States soldiers go to war so that they can make profits for politicians and they can jack up oil prices so that they can make all of this money? Do you like when America goes to war, Anthony? Do you enjoy that? Does that make you happy? Does it make you happy that Ukraine was invaded by Russia? Because it didn't happen under Trump's watch, did it? Do you like paying $4 a gallon for gas? Do you like that the immigration problem is overrunning our country? But when Trump was here, what happened? The economy was booming. Gas prices were low. Immigration was in check. No new wars. And Anthony, I know this one probably bothers you as a leftist. Do you not like historic peace deals? Because Donald Trump brokered historic peace deals around the world. Does that bother you? I'm sorry that bothers you. I know. You just want us to go to war. You want us to go to the war so George W. Bush can make a lot of money in oil, don't you? You liked it when Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney and George W. Bush was making all their billions on the backs of dead soldiers, don't you? That makes a lot of sense. What a fucking loser, man. So yes, I like low gas prices. I like a damn good economy. In fact, Trump's economy was probably the best economy I've ever experienced in my lifetime. I also, not that I necessarily like or dislike it, because I just think people working in general is good, but for the social justice talking points that you so much worship, black unemployment was at an all-time low under Trump. Female unemployment was at I think a 50 or 60 year low. Yeah. Do you not like it when black people and women actually have jobs and can provide for their families? Would you rather they just, not have any opportunities? I know Trump was such a terrible president. My God, these people are such fucking clowns. But yes, with that said, we do know that Anthony has no penis, and that's the biggest problem. Should we give Anthony the beard of shame? I don't know where Hailstorm's at, by the way. I have no idea. I don't know where Hailstorm's at. I haven't heard from Hailstorm all night.
He's probably asleep again.
He probably is asleep. So I don't know if we're getting a beard of shame tonight. Hailstorm's going to get the fucking beard of shame. If, can we get... Judicon says, can we get Anthony a free membership to D-Day Cobra? I mean, that would be great. He would have to have them enabled, though. So I don't know if we'd be able to do that one or not, but we'll see. We'll see if we're able to pull that one off tonight. We have 49 new members tonight. What are you talking about? No, I didn't send him the link. I texted you. Did you not tell me? You can drop him the link right now.
I got you.
Yeah. Fuck Hailstorm. I sent you the poll that I put in the chat, though, Hailstorm, to give you a heads up. So you should have already known. Anyway, so Hailstorm will get in here in just a minute. Let's see. Where are we at? Now, the chat's moving so damn fast, I can't even keep up at this point in time. But I am happy that Trump got McDonald's. I am very happy about that. Daily Wire third stringer. Was that a picture of Michael Knowles? That's pretty damn good right there. Oh, man. I'm looking. The chat's just moving so fast I can't even keep up. Let me get back because there's a lot in my bookmarks that I want to show. So there's Hailstorm. All right, so this is Leticia James, and this is what she ran on right here. Pathetic. Here we go.
I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president when our fundamental rights are at stake.
This was 2018, by the way. This is the definition. Of corruption right here.
I believe that the president of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses.
Will you sue him for us? Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the He's going to know my name personally.
That man in the White House who can't go a day without threatening our fundamental rights.
Yes, we need to focus on Donald Trump and his abuses. We need to follow his money. We need to find out where he's laundered money. We need to find out whether or not he's engaged in conspiracy. It's important that everyone understands.
Bro, those eyes. Holy crap. How do you make your eyes go that way? What the hell's going on?
That everyone understand that the days of Donald Trump are coming to an end.
I look forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day, suing him, defending your rights, and then going home.
This is corruption beyond belief. Her whole entire campaign was, I'm going to take Trump down. TDS is a hell of a fucking disease. My goodness, man. This is insanity. I can't believe how bad it is. Right Right here is Jason Miller.
In fact, don't forget, everybody sees through exactly what is going on here. This is part of the effort to stop Trump. In fact, don't forget, Leticia James, going back to 2018, before she was even elected, when she was campaigning for office, campaigned on getting Trump, saying that she wanted to show up and try to sue him every day. But President Trump's numbers keep going up. It's unlike anything we've seen, not just in American history, but I think probably in world history. But people realize, they see Joe Biden and the cognitive decline. They see he can't string two sentences together. Inflation, 19% cumulative inflation over the last 3 years. Southern borders disaster. And great, right here in New York, I love New York, what they've done in this city with the crime and the illegal immigration and the filthy streets. I tell you, Alvin Bragg and Leticia James, the whole group of these Democrats, they have just screwed up this once beautiful city and once beautiful state. It's disgusting. Everybody sees.
Sad but true. Very sad. But unfortunately, that's where we are right now. I didn't hear this from Tucker, but the MAGA War Room tweeted this out, and I wanted to hear this from Tucker. So let's hear what Tucker has to say.
Civil case. Just this morning, Donald Trump appeared in court in New York in a civil case brought by the state's attorney general that was designed explicitly to keep him out of the White House. That case is part of a larger legal barrage against Trump that so far includes a total of 91 felony counts, every one of them politically motivated. But today's civil case is especially absurd. In fact, it's hard to overstate its ridiculousness. In sum, Trump stands accused of inflating the value of collateral used to secure loans that he has already paid back with interest. In other words, there is no injured party in this case. The biggest banks in the world assessed the risk and they made a profit, as they almost always do. Not a single person was defrauded. For this non-crime, Trump and his children are in the process of losing their homes and their businesses. Here's MSNBC's live coverage of the hearing today. And as you watch, pay special attention to the judge in the case, Arthur Engoron.
And there you see President Trump, the former president, I should say, next to his attorney, and that's Chris Kise, who we expect to make the opening statements here. And then this,
Judge Engoron,
I guess, is Judge Engoron.
There he is, the judge, mugging like he's on stage in a middle school play, grinning, preening for the camera. Arthur Engoron is thrilled to be on MSNBC. It's nauseating. This is not a legal proceeding. This is a grotesque parody of the system that our forefathers created, the fairest in the world, that in the years since has been seized by power worshipers like Arthur Engoron. This is a dangerous moment. Without a legitimate legal system, people will no longer follow the law and the country will collapse. This is not about Trump. This is about preserving the United States of America. But Trump is at the center of the story.
The only thing I disagree with Tucker on is this is all about Trump. I mean, it's obviously about more than Trump, but it is about Trump. It 100% is about Trump, because if they are able to take him down, which they will not, but if they are able to take Trump down, then then we have no country. We have no country whatsoever. Trump is the line. That's the hill to die on right there. Trump 2024 is the hill to die on, 100%. What a disaster. I wanted to hear what Viva and Barnes had to say right here. So let's listen to our boys Viva and Barnes really quick.
Well, my segue into that was going to be, speaking of sucking and blowing and stupid decisions coming out of New York, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. We talked about it last week, but it was during the week. It was during one of my week streams. I think you were on with Ruben from the event, and I don't know if you touched on the fraud case. I know you talked about it during a Bourbon with Barnes. The latest news is that a judge out of New York in the Donald Trump civil suit brought by the state of New York against Donald Trump for fraud against the state, and not against no bank bringing it, no investor bringing it. They brought a case for fraud against Trump on the basis that he overvalued certain assets, certain real estate assets to a bank,
and supposedly overvalued his brand.
Yeah, so that he could procure beneficial terms on loans from the banks, only to satisfy those loans, pay back the bank, pay them on time, and To say there's no victim in this is an understatement, but apparently the corrupt state of New York thinks that they're the victim. So they take a civil suit for fraud against the state. A judge moves for some, the judge doesn't move for it, but there's a motion for summary judgment, and the judge grants a motion for summary judgment.
Let me pause it for just a minute because I know Hayden sent a 20 earlier. It says the judge issued a summary judgment, didn't allow a trial. Trump and every American should be pissed about this. Doesn't matter if you like him or not. Summary judgments are unconstitutional and should be punished as treason. Well said, Hayden. And Lover of Green says, I saw an ad promoting free coof test from the government. When the fuck are these sick people ever going to let it go? Society is back to normal, yet these weirdos refuse to move on. Like, guys, the coof is over. By the way, hail the 199. Thank you so much, Lover of Green. Appreciate that. Alan Tanasi says, the best 1-9 chat member with the name Alan Tanasi just scanned in. I like that. I like how I like that. Should be a new thing where, like, when you send your super chats, it's like so-and-so scanned in and then you put your message. That's good stuff. Mark Watts says, Trump for King 2024. Thank you, Alan Tanasi. King Trump with the 199 Army by his side. Thank you. Sags for 10 says, Jeremy, please use this money towards your bail after ending the one who calls himself Anthony. Praise King Trump. Thank you. Piano Dean, F off to those who say Trump is a narcissist just because he said, I know there's no I in team, but there's an M in but there's an M and an E doesn't necessarily make him a narcissist. Thank you, Piano Dean. And Blue Eyed Scorpio says, shout out to Jeremy's mic for doing us a favor. Fuck you, Blue Eyed Scorpio. Here we go. Continuing
judgment to the effect that Trump fraudulently overvalued assets to procure beneficial terms on loans from banks. The issue about a summary judgment, as far as I understand, Robert, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, I'm a Quebec schnook, is that there have to be agreed upon facts, which there weren't in the context of this motion for summary judgment. But the judge stipulated one of the agreed upon facts was that Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million. Now, as we went fishing yesterday and we're driving down the canal, one of those inlets, or what are they called? The intercoastal. We're looking at properties and I'm like, Marion, Google it on MLS to see how much that sells for. You know, they weren't $18 million, but they were $3 million for little bungalows on the intercoastal, not for 23 acres on Mar-a-Lago on the ocean. The judge, in his judgment, came to the conclusion it was an agreed upon fact between the parties when it was absolutely contested and by implausible that 20-acre Mar-a-Lago with however many thousands of feet of beachfront is worth $18 million. To say that Trump is guilty of fraud. Take it from there, explain the scope, breadth, and consequences of this decision for Trump's businesses in New York and outside of New York, and what the chances are on appeal, and how patently absurd this decision is.
I mean, really, it's these dangerous state laws that linger on the books that give the state the right to bring suit without any finding that the state itself has ever been defrauded. I mean, it shows you what a joke standing doctrine is. You know, they don't allow the vaccine injured to sue because somehow they don't have standing. But the not just the immunity laws. We challenge the FDA. Oh, no, you don't have standing. But if you've not been defrauded a penny, nickel, dime, or dollar, you have no complaining victim. The state has lost no money. In fact, the state has gained money. Then you get to sue and destroy someone's business. So there were two aspects that were absurd about this. The other aspect is they didn't just sue the Trump organization. They sued Trump and his kids. I mean, his kids had nothing to do with this. Eric Trump is part of this judgment. I mean, Donald Trump Jr. is part of it. It's utter, and they knew that the kids had nothing to do with it. It's pure retaliation. As Carl Benjamin said, former Sargon of Akkad from the social media part of the Lotus Eaters podcast, when he was on Tim Pool, he's like, you don't have a country anymore. You're fighting over what the scraps are going to be. But when you have the open, overt weaponization, where you're locking up your political opponents, where you're locking up the leading presidential candidate or trying to, and you're destroying his business based literally on nothing at all, then you don't have a country. You don't have a rule of law at all. So this corrupt political hack of a judge who shouldn't have presided over the case to begin with. The case should have been transferred to the commercial division. He refused because he's a rogue partisan hack. And there's a lot of corrupt judges in New York. Probably per capita, the king of corrupt judges in America is New York. A pretty close second is the District of Columbia. If you wonder why the prosecutors are so corrupt in both jurisdictions, look at, you read Billy Walters' book, The Gambler, about his experience with the Southern District of New York. He said he underestimated just how corrupt they were. He dealt with corrupt government officials his whole life, but he said nothing like what you see in the Southern District of New York, because the judges are in on it in New York. The judges are in on it in the District of Columbia. So that the case has no grounds whatsoever, no legal factual grounds whatsoever. The problem is a statute that even exists that allows the state of New York to just go steal people's business whenever they feel like it and just say, we feel we've been defrauded, even if you haven't been defrauded. Can't prove a penny, nickel, dime, or dollar fraud. Ever happened. The idea that a bunch of the world's most sophisticated banks lent money without knowing what the value of the Trump brand is utterly preposterous. That by itself, they could not have been defrauded. They never claimed to have been defrauded. No, not an attempt to defraud, not an existence of defraud, because they will have had their own. These were massive deals. They would have had their own independent appraiser.
So what I've said from a while now, that none of this ever stood a chance to actually be realistic charges or a realistic case or anything like that. It was meant to break Trump's spirit. It was meant to put a negative kind of vibe out there for Trump's name so that they could stop him from running and winning re-election. That was the intent behind it, was to break him. And the problem is that they can't break him. They can't. No matter what you do, you can't break Trump. You can't stop him. He's not going to back down. He's built differently. He just is. 6'3", 215 pounds. He's an athlete. 6'3", 215. Not any, like literally no body fat whatsoever. A literal athlete. All right? Like he could right now probably play in the NFL. He could probably become the UFC champion if he chooses to, but chooses to fight for this country. But 6'3", 215 pounds, alpha male athlete. So they wanted to break his spirit and they can't.
Their own independent brand assessors.
Yeah, Robert. Oh, okay. This is what I was going to bring this up as you're saying it. Panther AI says, if you can find, it's ignotum. Don't the banks in the Trump case need to affirm their appraisal approvals? Won't the judge have to go after them as co-conspirators to make the bogus charge stick? Or will the law firm?
He can't, because they're the so-called victim. So you can't allege the victim is in on it. So I mean, that's why it's levels of absurdity that all of these cases are. What we're seeing is how dangerous the legal system is when it's weaponized by people for political and partisan objectives. And the question is the Supreme Court going to be asleep while the country collapses? Or is it at some point going to wake up and step in? Because these trial courts don't recognize these limits. They're used to abusing their power. They're used to misusing their power. Prosecutors are used to misusing and abusing it, quite frankly, due to a lot of Republican judges over the past 5 decades who have completely covered up for corrupt prosecutors and corrupt police. The leading people doing so have been Republican judges, sadly. I have a case about to go up to the Supreme Court in a petition for cert out of the 7th Circuit, where they created an exception that said, here's your 2 exceptions. One is you're not allowed to go into somebody's house to arrest them for a misdemeanor. So what you do is you just grab them, throw them out of the house, and then magically the rule doesn't apply anymore to these three Republican 7th Circuit corrupt judges who think they're going to be up on the Supreme Court. And I say corrupt because I say they're corrupt for partisan purposes. I don't mean quid pro quo corruption. The second component is that it's a part of a case I had before the 10th Circuit too. It's okay to shoot somebody dead, tase them, or beat them as long as they're not yet arrested. So that's not excessive force, you see, because you only have a right against excessive force, according to these conservative judges, if you're actually in custody. Until then, we can beat you, shoot you, and tase you. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, this absurdity has come out of the conservative wing of the legal academy. And now we're seeing when you greenlight abuse for prosecutors, you greenlight abuse for the police, you greenlight abuse. I mean, that judge that was going to be on the U.S. Supreme Court that was buddies with Pence, that's out saying to take Trump off the ballot. He was a big right-wing Federalist Society
Is
judge.
that Lawrence Tribe?
No, Tribe is the commie. This is his buddy.
Sorry.
The buddy from the Fourth Circuit. This is a guy who said you can strip Americans of all civil rights and civil liberties without constitutional protection as long as the president calls them an enemy combatant. It was a bunch of right-wingers there. Woohoo! Ben Shapiro was woohoo! Cheerleading that kind of nonsense. I mean, you don't have to follow Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, or a lot of them, but they Jeremy Boring, the well-named Boring, to realize their authoritarian tendencies, their fascistic proclivities, quite frankly, are barely under the surface. They're all excited about El Salvador's method of cracking down on crime because they think mass arrest is a wonderful thing. They've never met a prosecutor they thought was bad. They never met a police they thought was rogue. They never thought an executive action that was done during the Bush administration was problematic, and that's why we're here. But now
Get
the
him,
left
Barnes.
has just openly, overtly weaponized it in using that green light, using that open door, and it's an outlandish and outrageous case against Trump. And the reason why it should matter to everybody is it goes way past Trump if they can establish this precedent. You can defraud nobody. You can have done one of the most sophisticated business deals in the history of man. You're talking about deals in the 8 figures, deals in the 9 figures. The idea they didn't know. I mean, Trump had gone through a bankruptcy before. You don't think the banks didn't know it?
I see you guys are talking about the Daily Wire. I listen. All I know is that from a perspective of what I believe, and again, I've done work with the Daily Wire. They've always been nice to me. And if I would have played my cards smarter, I probably would have had a deal. I could have got a deal with them, but it's not really what I was interested in. They are, as a company, I know there's still individuals there that aren't, but as a company, it's clear that they are all in on DeSantis. They are all in. That they want Ron DeSantis. They believe Ron DeSantis is the answer. They hate Trump as a company. That's all they want. They are all in for DeSantis. And that to me is a massive turnoff. And I don't have any faith in them as a company, considering how much they are tied to DeSantis.
Exactly the value of the loan, the value, the likelihood of paying back that loan. That's utterly ludicrous.
Well, back it up even to the going after Trump, Eric, people personally. Is that not? That's the concept of piercing
and
the
they had
corporate
nothing
veil.
to do with it. It's just punish the family. It's North Korea. How does North Korea keep a lid on everybody? You act up, they punish your family member.
And that is what my point is about. Like, they're wanting to break Trump's spirit. That's what they're wanting to do. And now they're taking it to a level where they're deciding to go after his family. Like, holy crap, man. These people are sick and twisted.
That's why they keep their mouths shut in North Korea. That's why a lot of them don't try to flee. Because unless they can get their whole family across their act of trying to flee, it's their daughter that gets punished, their son that gets punished, their parents that get punished. I mean, this is the same. I've been trying to tell people the left today in power thinks like the Soviets, thinks like old school communists.
Robert, the left today in power think like the left.
I saw somebody in the chat says, since when did you turn on your governor, Jeremy? Since my governor turned on President Trump. That's your answer.
Of yesteryear in power as well.
I mean, 1930. Don't think 1960s, think 1930s. That's who these people are. They love authoritarianism. They love secret service agencies. They love deep state activities. They love war whoring overseas. As Glenn Greenwald's pointed out, it's the Democratic Party leadership that is leading the fight on Ukraine, not Republicans. And it's Republicans who are the only ones pushing back against it. At least the ones that are honest and honorable enough to keep their oath to their representatives, to the people. So it's ludicrous on its face, but Trump defrauded nobody. The fact that he's been found guilty of civil fraud when they cannot say that there was a single victim ever, that everybody was richly rewarded, including the banks. They cannot prove that the banks thought they were ever misrepresented.
But
there's no testimony in the record. The banks think that anything was ever misrepresented to them.
But the banks evaluated the assets themselves. There's no question about that.
And what the judge is trying to hide is the fact.
You mean because Trump is too much of a coward to debate? Well, no, I'm not sure if you understand this, but when say Tom Brady is winning Super Bowls, if a JV high school player challenges Tom Brady, he's just not going to acknowledge it. And that's essentially what's happening right now, is that the JV team, which is all of the other clowns that are trying to run for the nomination, they're the JV team, and Trump is winning Super Bowls, and he's Tom Brady. So no, he's not going to acknowledge these JV
The fact that the banks came in
squad
with
members.
the same valuation that Trump came in with. So I mean that's the now. So putting all of that, so no one was defrauded. There's no victim. It's a complete. The fraud is the judgment. It's applied to punishing family members that had nothing to do with the underlying transactions. It's North Korea. It's New York pretending they're North Korea. It's a denial of right to trial by jury. It's in the wrong form by being in the not being transferred to the commercial court system there in New York. It's a threat to everybody's civil rights and civil liberties, because what they're saying is, if we don't like you politically, we'll weaponize one of our many vague laws on the books to go and destroy your business. Just destroy your family. Just do it. We don't have to have proof of fraud. Everybody can refuse that there ever was fraud. Everybody can agree that, in fact, the person was fully paid back, that there couldn't be fraud, literally couldn't be fraud. Couldn't be an attempt on fraud because it was independently verified by both parties who were sophisticated to the transaction. That it's utterly ludicrous. Like, everybody recognizes the bank couldn't sue, and the bank has never said that it wanted to sue or thought it could sue. So how can the state bring suit when they were enriched by tax dollars by the deals and transactions that got done?
These were two questions I had, and I want to ask them knowing that the person can answer them. If you overvalue a property, fraudulently overvalue the property, are you still not paying property taxes on the overvalued or business taxes? Are the taxes?
Well, because usually it's done for different purposes. So one of the things the judge did here, the thing that was made an easy mockery, and some of the people were covering up for him, saying, well, he didn't specifically find.
We'll leave it there. You guys I don't know Viva as well as I know Barnes. I know Barnes very well. Barnes is like one of the smartest people I know, dude. Like, Barnes is just a wealth of knowledge, dude. It's kind of crazy how much knowledge he has. This was a good one right here. Check this one out. This was on Bill Maher. This is so funny to watch these clowns get their brains broken.
The original sin from both media and the intelligence agencies and federal law enforcement is the Russiagate stuff. And the reason that so many in the party, and I'm here as the translator because I'm not one of them, but so many in the party accept so much of Donald Trump's behavior is because the Russia stuff was a lie.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't all a lie.
Yes, it's not all a lie. You guys have been written.
No,
are you going to do Steele dossier on me?
No. Well, some of the Steele dossier was true. Okay, this.
Like we did Mueller report for 3 years.
Yes, and Mueller never said he was in.
They cannot wrap their heads around this. They cannot wrap their heads around this. It is so funny that these clowns are still clinging on to these lies.
And the whole time I'm like, guys, I don't think he's a Russian plant. And everyone on CNN set is looking at me like I'm crazy. And at the end, we get to not much there, which was
there
the
was
case
quite a bit
throughout.
there.
There was a lot.
There was
there.
a lot there.
Oh, no, there
collusion
wasn't.
We never had before. It was unprecedented that a president would do that. He just did it in public because he's insane.
You do know.
I
think one of the advantages
of being insane.
And most of it, probably none of it was illegal, right? So I mean, this was always David Frum's line. Everything he's doing is in plain view, and it's not illegal. He's just violating every political norm we have.
Except there were things that were illegal, like using the FISA court to spy on American citizens in ways that they should not have done. That was legal, but that wasn't him.
That's right.
And the fact that the Hillary Clinton campaign was partially responsible for funding this dossier, which partially came from, wait for it, Russian disinformation. It was, and it started this cycle of media circle jerk, and then we had 4 years of that.
It's not exactly everything they said it was, but it's not nothing.
The standard of evidence used for the Russia thing for 3-4 years versus the standard of evidence used now in media for Biden and Hunter Biden's shenanigans and fairly obvious influence peddling is worlds apart. Worlds apart.
100%. And anybody that can't see that is not even worth trying to have a conversation with.
And I would just like, And voters deserve fairness in how these two people are treated. They do not get it, and they sometimes don't get it from law enforcement. And here's the problem. A bunch of people, including in the justice system, looked at Trump and said, he's going to bust all the norms. And you know what we need to do? Bust all the norms to stop him. And that is a very unhealthy.
Yep, 100. She is accurate as hell. So watching her break their brains was fantastic. Also, I did this is from the Dilly meme team. They retweeted this, but for all of the RFK people out there, this was a tweet from RFK back in 2020, January 20th, 2020. President Donald Trump has tarnished the reputation of the U.S. around the world. He's a bully, and it's destroying so much about things about America that I admire and that make us an influence, that make us an exemplary nation. Now, this is the guy because he did push-ups with his shirt off, guys. He did push-ups with his shirt off. And hey, he's cool because he doesn't have a shirt on and he's doing push-ups. And every conservative out there that hates Trump propped him up there and basically taught him the greatest thing ever because he did push-ups without a shirt on. Yay. Yay. We gotta vote for this guy. We gotta support this guy. Fuck this guy. I have never been on the RFK Jr. train like a lot of these clowns. To hell with him. To hell with him. I have no respect for him whatsoever. That was one we'll look at here in just a minute. There was another one here. Oh, that's him calling out Bowman. What was this one? Yeah, right here.
When we win, there's never been a movement like this. And when we win in 24, I believe it will go down as the greatest political victory in history. I believe that. I do. I believe that. I think that.
That's not RFK's voice. Well, yeah, I can't do the voice that Dan Vass gives Joe Biden to imitate RFK. I can't do it. It's just not something I'm equipped to doing. That's for sure. Did you hear this one right here? Did you hear
come
Lindsey
out and
Graham?
publicly support?
Listen to this clown right here. You talk about a soy boy voice. This is a soy boy voice right here.
Have you asked Donald Trump, your friend, to come out and publicly support more aid to Ukraine and to push some of these skeptical members of the Republican conference?
I'll leave it up to him to what to do, but he wanted to get out of Afghanistan.
Well, Vladimir Putin has been praising him for his comments about
Russia. Here's what I'll say about President Trump. He did not pull the plug on Afghanistan, even though he wanted to. The biggest mistake we made since the war on terror is withdrawing from Afghanistan. To President Trump and anybody else, if we pull the plug on Ukraine, that's 10 times worse than Afghanistan. There goes Taiwan. To stop funding Ukraine is a death sentence for Taiwan. Putin will keep going. You missed all of World War II if you don't know how this movie ends. To the Republicans who say Ukraine doesn't matter to us, you're wrong. Respectfully, you're wrong. The war gets bigger, not smaller. There goes Taiwan. If Ukraine can beat Russia, China's less likely to invade Taiwan, and Putin gets stopped.
I hate Lindsey Graham so much. Oh my goodness. I hate him. I despise him. What a disaster. What a disaster. And then we got this clown. So do you remember the guy that I showed you? Actually, so my stream actually got taken down. My stream got taken down when I reacted to this guy who was hunting pedos. And it sucks, but I've reacted to that video. My video got taken down, I believe, by YouTube for a community guidelines warning. This guy, unfortunately, when he was going after some more child predators, was shot and killed. He was shot and killed. He went by the name of Bupak Shakur. And so, yes, he was 40 years old. He spent his time exposing child predators and ultimately helped them get off the streets. Alone, he exposed 132 child predators who sought to harm children. At 10:30 on Friday, Lee confronted two males ages 17 and 18 seated in a Pontiac restaurant near the corner of, as always, an MLK Boulevard in it. Lee accused one of the men of being a you-know-what, which caused one man to pull out a knife and the other to pull out a firearm, which he used to shoot Lee. Lee was taken to the hospital where he tragically died. So, this guy was out there fighting the good fight, doing all he could.
Lee, known as Boop.
Right here.
Hello, guys. What's up?
This is when he was slashing tires of some of the suspected pedophiles. Here we go.
What you come here to do, sir? You came to meet a little girl, didn't you?
A Pontiac man known for pursuing sexual predators. Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Simon Shaquette. Robert Lee, known as Bupak Shakur, was shot and killed at Universal Coney Island in Pontiac last night. Lee had a large social media following and would pose as young girls online, then record confrontations with sexual predators whom he communicated with. Tonight, friends and family gathering to host a vigil for Lee. 7 Action News reporter Tiara Braddock has a closer look at Lee's history and this warning from law enforcement.
Robert Lee, aka Bupak Shakur, made it his mission to expose child predators. Last night, he was killed right here inside this Coney Island. Tonight, people gathered around it to pay their respects.
I talk to a lot of victims, and they appreciate what I do.
That was Robert Lee back in January. For a little over a year, the Pontiac native used social media to pose as underage girls to catch sexual predators. He would forward his conversations to police. Lee would even confront the would-be predators himself. Videos like this one were posted on Lee's Facebook page of him confronting alleged predators. This video has almost 3,000 views.
Certainly, he was a very well-intentioned person, very much in alignment with our philosophy. We want to see child predators taken off the street, held accountable. We want to protect kids.
Lee was fatally shot inside Universal Coney Island near North Perry and MLK Boulevard late Friday night. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says Lee confronted 2 men who were inside the restaurant. He even accused one of the men of being a pedophile.
The confrontation escalated very quickly, and ultimately the second individual in the booth produced a firearm and shot him multiple times.
Police have arrested the 2 suspects involved in Lee's shooting. They haven't released their names because they haven't been formally charged yet. According to Sheriff Bouchard, Lee's one-man crusade led to arrest and criminal charges of several men. The sheriff says this type of vigilantism can be very dangerous. He doesn't recommend people confronting predators.
Oftentimes, if you actually corner a predator, sometimes they become violent. They get trapped. They, try to get away using any means at their fingertips.
Meanwhile, Lee will be missed by his family, friends, and the fans of his work.
He really changed a lot of lives. He really cared about the kids of the community. He wanted to keep everyone's kids safe, and he was just a really caring person in the community. He really cared about the city a lot.
In Pontiac.
So that's sad news. Obviously, the dude was out there fighting a good fight, doing a lot of good, and man, it's just it sucks. It sucks because the dude was out there trying to do his best. Here's somebody that's trying to do their best too. Shout out to Ramble Rants, and CP meme. I think is it? Yeah, C3P meme. I'll just let you guys watch, okay?
I feel a lot more freedom, a lot more empowered when I don't let my clothes show my gender that day. I love my high heel boots. They make me feel like I'm riding hard, and nobody knows just how tiny I am. Instead, I feel tall and important. Please clap. I feel a lot more freedom.
Shout out the Ramble Rants.
A lot more empowered when I don't let my clothes show my gender that day. I love my high heel boots. They make me feel like I'm riding hard, and nobody knows just how tiny I am. Instead, I feel tall and important. Please clap.
love it. Oh man, I swear. There's so much. I'm not even gonna listen to that one. But yeah, these are all my bookmarks that I was sharing to talk about. Obviously, we got Jamal Bowman, and that what a disaster that whole thing is. But I'm gonna have to read some super chats, so we will leave it. We will leave it right here. I think that's a good screen to leave it on for a while we read some super chats really quick. Let me catch up because I'm way behind. I appreciate you guys being patient with me. The puller Jay Bowman says bad USB ports. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to probably get a different wire. But I do want to run an XLR mic because I need to USB mics are good, but XLR is so much better. Hayden Wayne James is staring at the back of Trump's head intently. It's totally staged by their side. It's super obvious. Boomer Judge thought it was a pic. Yeah, the Boomer Judge was sitting there. He didn't know that they were going to get him on video laughing like a clown. He thought that he was posing for a picture. What an idiot. Stone Chronicles. Hey, Jeremy, I was wondering, would you ever consider doing Cameo? I'm sure you got a lot going on, but I think that would be dope if you did. 199365. I don't think I would ever do Cameo. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe as a joke, but I would never do it seriously. But I don't see myself doing Cameo. It's not something I'm interested in at all. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with the 199. Thank you, Kevin Cron. This judge needs the beard of shame. They want to bankrupt Trump. Trump will get more votes than he did in 2020. Bat Goat says, Osteen cringe. Cool. No more blessing super chats. Hey, no. Now I'm saying I find it cringe just because I have to do it. But if the people like it, the people get it. By the way, shout out to Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. I made my very first ever appearance on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. And hey, we had a lot of fun. We did the Alien RPG, and I think it took me a little while to kind of really get my feet underneath me, but I got a lot of really good feedback. A lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people enjoyed that. So mods, if you guys can drop a link to my appearance on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. But I got a lot of positive feedback. I wasn't expecting that level of positive feedback. I didn't think I did that great, but hey, I'm okay with it. As long as you guys liked it, that's all that matters. But yeah, a lot of people do like the Jeremy Osteen. Some people don't, and I totally understand it. I cringe whenever I do it. Class C Radio. CobraCast rocks. Great shows, Jeremy. This is must-see TV. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. What they are doing to Trump is absolutely disgusting, yet there's blatant corruption in front of my eyes, but they get passed because Trump bad. That's pretty much how it goes, unfortunately. That is pretty much how it goes. Let me hit Rumble really quick. We got Vault 95 Survivor. Watching the courtroom video made it clear those leftists are just LARPing a reality TV experience and having fun knowing they are wasting Trump's time. They are not adults. They're only full-sized. Yep. You're 100% right about that. Vault 95 Survivor says Trump is no stranger to business and real estate courts. Trump has documented this in his books. City and state always suing him for decades. James and cringe judge just entered Trump's world. 100%. Cerberus with a member message says, I wasn't green, and just like that, I'm green again. Hail chat. Hail Cerberus. Also dropped 10 gifted memberships earlier. Thank you. We are closing in on 1,000 likes. Let's see. Bennis says, Jeremy or D-Day Cover, you were great on Alien Tabletop. It's going to get even better. Yes, I'll be on this Saturday again. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Vault 95 Survivor says all the Democrats in that room are ultra ugly and Trump's team is good looking and beautiful. Can't rule out petty jealousy as a factor. That is true. That is very, very true. All right, back to the other Streamlabs. I got Stone Chronicles, Jet, by the way. I got that. The $4.99. And then Alan Tenassi, Trump with the hot wife and lawyer. He can't lose. Hey, man, Trump's winning everywhere. Echo Base Network says, last I checked, New York was not enforcing too many laws. So she is obviously failing at her job. This is a political hit job, plain and simple. Well said. What's up, Echo Base Network? Good to see you, brother. I see what you guys are trying in my chat, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, don't bring this breets into it. All right. You guys keep trying to make this thing happen. It's not happening, breets. You already lost. J-Rock ain't even here, I don't think. I haven't seen J-Rock all night anyway. It ain't happening. All right. Tinhead petition to rename her Lizard James. 2012 Jameson. You know what makes me mad? Intro only played ounce. I don't know what you mean by that. Brer says Emperor Trump. For the Emperor, King Trump 2024, Jared the American. Trump needs to crown himself emperor like Napoleon. Cerberus is Emperor Trump. A lot of Emperor Trumps. Let's see. Alex Jones says Trump for King. Hail 199. Jameson, Trump can be kingmaker. Let's go MAGA Trump 2024. Oh, Roscoe over on Rumble says, did someone say brief eat? Right now, the numbers are so low, I shouldn't even entertain it. Breets might have like $1 or $2 out there. That's all they got. Breets don't have the money that the no feet crowd has. That's what we've learned. Jameson says, I got that one. Rafe says, Trump for King 199. Doge List says, I am the walrus. Well, thank you for letting us know. Yo, Pops, Trump 2024 for all the haters. No memes guy. No memes gay. Trump 2020. Jameson says, Trump is the modern Reagan Bush Republicans. Bye. Fantastic Mr. Nut says, Leticia James for Beard of Shame. Yo, Pop says, TDs. Brocatron, alligators can look straighter than Leticia James, and their eyes are on the side of their heads, waking up and saying, gotta get Trump, highest level of TDS, 100%. Vexosphere, Anthony wanted me to donate his life savings here. Anthony could only get $2. Wow, is Anthony still in the chat, by the way? I haven't even seen Anthony. Celluloid Dream says Trump is king, I his knight, and Jeremy is a fig. Jeremy is his fig. Thank you. Brother Natural says you should interview Kevin Sorbo. You guys share the same political ideologies. I like Kevin Sorbo. I don't know him, but I mean, I like him. I'm a fan. So maybe one day we could do something like that. And again, shout out to our Rumble audience. We got almost 200 people over there watching. Thank you. We had 1,400 here on CobraCast 199. Alexander says, I love Donald J. Trump. He is mentally stronger than anybody I've ever seen. I don't know anybody that could handle this pressure. Agreed. Barry McCalkiner says, please, RFK, keep running that shit. Peels off more Democrat votes. Hail the 199. Your Barmy towards some cigarettes to help Jeremy achieve his RFK voice. Alexander says, New York AFAG, New York Affirmative Action Attorney General, 100%. She is definitely a diversity hire. Fantastic Mr. Knox, to all of you people who want breets, no breets, filthy. There we go. See, breets are getting destroyed. You guys have nothing. You got nothing. Vault 95 Survivor says, damn, those eyes are further apart than the race swapped Little Mermaids are. And those were bad. Absolutely. Let me see. The orange, so the orangutan, orangutan, this is Ordained Royce says, the orangutan delegation vote, no feats. There you go. No feet. It's over. What? Hang on. Where are you at, Jed? Jed, are you keeping up with these numbers?
I wasn't going to, because you've said very explicitly that we're done, but I can.
Well, chat gets what the chat wants. I've tried to shut this whole thing down, okay? I've tried. but clearly I have no power around here.
No Fee is winning by a wide margin with that Stuart Hamilton 20.
Okay, cool. That's all we need to know. Thank you. Jed's getting really upset with you, Breets. Jed's done with you guys. You got anything to say to the Breets?
Stop making me count your perverted, degenerate numbers.
Damn. All right. He told you. How's Hailstorm doing? How you doing, buddy? He didn't say anything. Anything, Hailstorm?
What's up? I had you muted.
Okay. How you doing, buddy?
Based.
Working.
Okay. You need
What's up?
anything?
Do you need anything?
I just want to see how your day's going.
It's going.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Roscoe says Breets are down by how many now? They're 20. That's a $20 Rumble rant.
Yeah, Breets are down by $55.
There we go. Including the 20 though?
Including his 20, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
we
there
were
you
at
go.
35 before the 20.
Guys, they can't do it. It's over. All right, thanks, man. All right, so let me continue on. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier, Snake Pit 199, thank you. Roscoe says Trump is the POTUS GOAT. Project Taco, say Maine, just because I'm from the hood don't mean I can't be based. Jeremy, come down to H-Town for the H-Town Gold Grill. Yo, that's what's up. Roscoe says, guaranteed Anthony P's sitting down. That's a guarantee. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier, gifting a D-Day Cobra membership. Gifting 2, as a matter of fact. Roscoe says, lifeless eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes. Sad but true. Lord of the Re. Anthony wants Trump locked up like his thug wife, beating child support, dodging shit-stained excuse for a father. God bless Jeremy and the chat, and God bless America. Will G, member for 4 months, says USA is screwed and the rest of the world is next. The only hope we all have is Trump 2024. Well said. Frankie Vulgar becomes a new member. Thank you. Mark Quad says, this is what happens when the Venn diagram of based and FU jumped on me and FU money. Vault 95 Survivor says, Jeremy, don't forget how 4 days work weeks were becoming normal. Also, auto manufacturers like Ford and Chevy were moving plants back to USA from Mexico. Mercedes invested $1 billion in Mississippi, all under Donald J. Trump's amazing economy. Objectively a cat. These hypocrites say no one is above the law, all while acting in flagrant violation of the law. They decry election interference while doing it. Yep, they're doing it right in front of our face. It's crazy. Mr. Enigma gets on my nerves when people say justice will prevail or use God to their perverse version of good. God says by the fruit one bears are his followers. Thank you, Mr. Enigma. Jonathan Rodriguez is Trump for King 2024. Lying Dollface Pony Soldier with the Geeks and Gamer or D-Day Cobra membership. Andrew Tate's Genital Wart says Trump for Grand Empire of USA. Trump USA 2024. Trigger the libs. Lee Cranmer, Trump for King. Frank the Tank, Trump for God Emperor. Real Sean Mack, King Trump the Invincible. John Yarber, get the same microphone Ryan has. It's a great microphone. I do have the same one he has in Orlando. That's the RE20, I think is what it's called. I love that microphone. It's a great microphone. AR Master, the eyes of corruption. Nate Swedberg says, scanned in. Did you see the Trump Glocks that Palmetto State Armory is selling? I did. They look awesome. The Arch Spartan, heck yeah, 4 months. Love you all. Love you right back, brother. Fictitious Dave Savage says, Tim Pool had Dave Rubin on Timcast. I've not watched it, but what's the bet that Tim hasn't quizzed him on his latest actions? Another blue situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that one's a little different than Eliza Blue or Jack Murphy. I wouldn't fault Tim for not asking Dave about his TDS. I mean, just because like Dave Rubin with his clear support of Ron DeSantis it's not an inherent problem. I mean, I think he's bitch made in how he's acting, but there's nothing wrong with supporting a candidate. I don't put that as the same level as Eliza Blue or Jack Murphy. Tim was a complete failure for Tim to not address those concerns, unless there's something else with Dave Rubin that I'm not aware of. But I'm not a fan of Dave Rubin. I am not a fan at all. Nitrium. Hail Eric K. Thank you, Nitrium. Yo, Pops. Pronounced no mamas. It's Mexican slang, Jeremy. Well, how am I supposed to know that? But thank you, Yo Pops. I appreciate that. Fantastic versus Knox. To all Aussies listening, the Yes campaign is trying to rig the referendum. Lefties like to talk about democracy, but they do love to cheat. Blatant. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we are closing in on 1,000 likes. Gothic Bree says, I'm going to slap Jeremy's skinny MAGA ass. What the hell? What the hell's going on in my chat right now? What? Hang on. Where did that come from? Gothic Bree? Why is there a Gothic Bree? Stuart Hamilton with the no breaths. I got that one. All right, we are caught up on super chats for once. My gosh, that's crazy. I'm okay with that. Now we're closing in on 1,000 likes, and you guys know what happens at 1,000 likes. And we also have a beard of shame that's being worked on as we speak right now. Now, I'm back in Pensacola. I'll be back in Orlando sometime this week, and we'll see what happens from there. But I'll do Tuesday night's main event from here. I'm gonna do a Titanfall stream tomorrow. Now Wednesday's CobraCast is gonna be early. It's going to be earlier than normal. Usually I do the gaming stream on Wednesday and then I do CobraCast. CobraCast happens first. It's probably going to be at like, I don't know, 7 or 8. I'm not sure yet. And then we'll go until we, get done. But I feel like that's a better time slot for us to talk about current stuff going on. Sometimes Trump's live during that time. So we're doing CobraCast first. And then we will do the gaming stream, which will be Titanfall 2, of course, because I'm obsessed with Titanfall 2. So yeah, we're going to be moving that one up earlier, and I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. So that's a lot of fun. No, not Fortnite. Not Fortnite. I've been playing. I would rather play Titanfall 2 than Fortnite, and I still love Fortnite. I have no problem with it. Have you heard about the Fortnite? No, the Fortnite. I've heard about Fortnite because I play it, but what do you mean? Is there something specific, Anthony? Titanfall is hard. Titanfall has a learning curve for sure. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Jeremy is addicted to Titanfall. Bro, of course. Hey, as a matter of fact, I put this on Twitter earlier. All right. And I do think this is unrelated to that, but I just think this hits differently. All right. In 2024. Okay. Or 2023. This is the teaser for Interstellar. All right. I think this just hits differently. All right. This just hits different now. All right. This is the teaser for Interstellar. If you don't know, Interstellar is like a favorite movie of all time, but this teaser hits differently now.
We've always defined ourselves by the ability to overcome the impossible. And we count these moments.
The first ever to fly faster than the speed of sound.
These moments when we dared to aim higher, to break barriers, to reach for the stars.
76, you are go.
To make the unknown known. We count these moments as our proudest achievements.
Having fired the imagination of a generation.
But we lost all that.
Pulls into port for the last time.
Or perhaps we've just forgotten that we are still pioneers, that we've barely begun, and that our greatest accomplishments cannot be behind us, because our destiny lies above us.
So good. Bro, that's so good. And it hits different because yeah, we have lost everything. Like we're not pioneers anymore, we're not trying to push the envelope anymore. And we've forgotten what made, everything great about this country. You know what I mean? And but yeah, I know Interstellar is a divisive movie. I fucking love it. I've always loved it. I'm never going to be talked out of it. I know all these people like Mahler hates it. I know Mahler hates it. It doesn't matter. I think Interstellar is a phenomenal film, and it hits deeper every single time I watch it. It's such an amazing film. Such an amazing film. Let's see here. But what I was saying was there was another one I wanted to show you guys really quick, because I bet most of you have never seen what I'm going to show you. Okay. And then I see we're crossed 1,000 likes. We are crossed 1,000. All right. But hang on before then. All right. This right here is something I guarantee most of you have not seen. All right. But this is why I love it so much. All right. Titanfall. The first Titanfall had one of the best commercials ever. And I'm going to show it to all of you. All right. The first Titanfall, why don't we get shit like this anymore? Look at this commercial.
Like the wallpaper sticks to the wall, like the seashore clings to the sea. You'll never get rid of your shadow, and you'll never get rid of me. Before we get finished, we'll make the town. We'll hit a few late spots and then a few more. We'll wind up at Nexus and maybe Outpost. Life is gonna be a wow, wow, wee. For my shadow.
That's an awesome commercial. Now, I don't know how bad the quality was because it looked like it was probably playing pretty shitty. But if you actually watch it, it's a great commercial. It's a great commercial. And we don't have stuff like that anymore. They just come up with dog shit, commercials now. No creativity whatsoever, Rude Eyes in my chat says Jeremy is going to expire from life on Saturday. That is not true. A Rude Eye seems to think that I'm going to die in this RPG tabletop, but he doesn't understand that I have all the power. I have all the power. So it's my channel, a Rude Eye. Okay, you run it, but I'm still the person that runs the channel overall. How you doing, a Rude Eye? Yeah, definitely check out Tabletop. It was a lot of fun. Anthony says apparently it might not be around talking about Fortnite. Fortnite will always be around as long as people play it. Alex Slusher for the $1. Thank you. Ozymandias says no brief feet, but can you flash your boobies instead? The world ain't ready for that. Anthony says might be stop production on Fortnite. Yeah, that ain't happening unless people stop playing it. If people stop playing it, it will. MK Solid says, did you see the new Castlevania show is woke AF? I heard about it being woke. I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. Let's see. Anthony says, what did you think about Edge going to AEW? Well, I don't watch AEW consistently. I did see the Edge came back, and that was a hell of a pop. That he got. I thought it was pretty cool. Play the damn ODST live action trailer now, says Celluloid Dream. How about tomorrow on main event? Because I'm going to talk about that trailer tomorrow, the Titanfall. Jed, can you make a note to remind me that I have to play the ODST live action trailer tomorrow on Tuesday night's main event so we can have a discussion about it. So I'm okay with that. Eric K says Arudai has Muppetosis. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. All right, it is time for the sexy back end. Now let's see where we're at. Let me click off that. There's like so much going on. Hailstorm, how are you looking? How much longer do you need?
Like a couple minutes.
Okay. Hailstorm sounds ill tonight, chat. What do you guys think about that? Does he sound ill? What do you think, Jez? Does he sound ill?
He sounds like Jay Hailstorm, so I mean, yeah, he's a sick motherfucker. So yeah.
Yeah, that is true. It is true. I don't know. I don't like Hailstorm very much, but we just deal with him. So that is true. He always sounds... Huh?
I'm wrapping up.
Okay. Have fun. He sounds ill. All right, here we go. So it is time for the sexy back end. Any predictions on where we're at? Any predictions? Stop taking boosters, says Conan the Brobarian. Please play the Metroid Prime trailer. All right, that's another one. Again, you got to tune in to Tuesday night's main event, okay? Metroid Prime trailer. I remember that one too being awesome. My goodness. Astral Chain says 7:45. I wish. Not quite. Not quite. But here we go. Sexy back end time. It's still a sexy back end. There we go. $430 in super chats and 54 new members, which is the equivalent of what, 250 to like 270. So yeah, not too bad actually. So $700 overall between members and super chats. The snake pit rising up. So around 700 collectively. And who can complain about that? Andrew says lower than I thought. Hey, it can't be a Grand Slam every time. The last stream we did, like the last CobraCast, was like $3,000. All right, you guys can't hit a Grand Slam every time. That's a home run though. That's a home run. I get to sit here and talk for 2 hours about how much I love President Trump, and you guys send me money. That's a pretty damn good deal. It's a pretty good gig. Yes, and Rumble, Hollycarp. Rumble, which probably about 30 or 40 bucks on Rumble. So yeah, cattle dogs. This is Monday. Hey, it's all good. Aminti says our wallets need to recharge. I totally look. I would do this show if I wasn't making a dime. So you guys are the best. Plus, G&G Geeks and Gamers had a really good day, and so you got to take that in consideration as well. Eric K says we have the largest. We don't have the largest chat, but we have the most generous and the best. Absolutely. Rocketron says, where were Beardo and Krista? So Beardo is out of town right now. And Krista's got some, I'll tell you guys about what's going on. But she'll be back. She'll be back. Krista had to take a couple days off, and, but I'll fill you guys in. So all is well though. Everything's good. But Krista will be back probably, she may be on main event tomorrow. I don't think Beardo, does Beardo get back? Beardo's back tomorrow? I think Beardo will be back tomorrow too. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, we were kind of shorthanded a little bit on Mario Kart, but lean back, let's see, lean back, have a snack, take a nap. Just drop the gifted membership. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys, man. It's good being back home right now. I get to spend a little family time. Yo Pop says you are my favorite e-beggar, Jeremy. Hey, somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to do it. No, but you guys, you know, with the whole thing with Trump, this is why, like, I think the last time that I went live on Wednesday, there was something going on with Trump. Maybe it was a rally or something, but I feel like if I can get CobraCast moved up to earlier times, that's going to be really like beneficial to this, because I would love to make CobraCast a 5-day-a-week show. Obviously, I do a lot of streaming on Geeks and Gamers. That's tying up a lot of my time. We have a lot of gaming streams. Tuesday night's main event, you know, that's something that obviously we're not going to move that time, but we may move some of the gaming streams around because I would like to do CobraCast 5 days a week. And I think we can definitely do that. I just have to move a couple things around. Minty says for 10, support more bad financial decisions. No more super chats for the night. Everybody, shut them down. No more super chats. We're good. Everything, you guys are the best. You guys have given me record month after record month after record month for Geeks and Gamers and CobraCast. So now let's just talk. Let's talk to the regulars. Let's just talk. No super chat reading. Let's just see what people are saying in the chat. Weasel says, try not sleeping in the middle of the day, Jeremy. Hey, I normally don't. But it's good to have a nap every now and then. The less Jeremy, the better, says Gung Ho Mac. Torben just dropped 5 gifted memberships. I said no. Well, I technically didn't say anymore. I didn't say no more memberships. I said no more super chats. So thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's see. Gundam Wing Zero with the gifty emojis. Let's see here. Don't give Jeremy no more money, says Andrew. No. So, no, I see you. Oh my gosh. Brock is in the house. Brock is in the house. Brock just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Holy crap. All right, I see the internet doing what the internet does, speculating on nonsense. So, Beardo was out of town. Krista is upset about a decision that had to be made, and I'm not going to go into too many details on that, okay? I'm going to be very vague, unfortunately, but the puppy, Luffy, is no longer at G&G HQ, all right? So she's not, she's not feeling too well. And the reason being is there were complications with having him with the lease. So the dog is here with my 2 dogs now, and that's where he's going to be until circumstances change. So, so that's why. So that's why Chris is not here. So for everybody speculating about other nonsense, no. But so she just hasn't been wanting to, hey, Willie Will, we love you, brother. But yeah, so I would recommend not talking to her about it in chats and stuff, but just, it's fine. Like, the dog is here in Pensacola, going to be well taken care of. Krista will be seeing the dog very often. So, but we just can't have the dog under the current lease agreement that we have, which is not something, again, I didn't look at the fine paperwork. And then there were some discussions about it, but not a big deal. It'll all get worked out. And so, yeah, that's the reality of it. And, she's good though. She's good because the reason she's doing better is because I showed some video of Puppy D. Luffy with my dogs, Puppy Face and Leia, and he is so damn happy by being around my 2 dogs and my family. And without going into too many dynamics here, I have really good family support here in Pensacola. We have a really good situation, and he is mega happy. So anyway, that's the deal right there. So she's very happy that he's doing well with my dogs for the time being. So that's all I will say about it. Can we get a Puppy Face update? Puppy Face is doing pretty good. He is on medication because he is so Puppy Face, my dog, he's the oldest of the 2 of my dogs. Puppy Face was given like I think he was given like 6 months to live 2 years ago. And he is such a badass, and he is still crushing it. And, we've had to put him on some different heart medication and stuff like that, but Puppy has exceeded every expectation based on what the doctors told us. He is killing it. So he is a trooper. And he's doing well. He's actually doing really well. He has good days and bad days, but he's doing really, really well. What a badass. And of course, Leia is as crazy as she's always been, but they're happy that they have at least a temporary, kind of friend here. And again, that made Krista feel a lot better. So that's the update on that. So, let me see. Puppy face is more alert than Biden, says Gung Ho Mac. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cattle Dog says, don't tell me what to do, Jeremy. That's the first super chat that came in since I said, don't super chat me anymore, Cattle Dog. Kevin Cron dropped the D-Day Cobra gifted membership. Thank you, Cattle Dog. And let's see, where are we at?
I just wanted to check in about the super chat catch up.
Oh, what are you talking about?
From the membership messages from Friday.
Oh, yeah. I was going to do those on a gaming stream. I forgot to intertwine those in tonight. But I can do that right now, I guess. Let's see. There's a lot of member messages, though. Holy crap. Yeah, we'll do those on Wednesday, on Wednesday's stream, probably.
Okay, perfect. They're right there for you on their own.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Dan Wonder says, found you and Ryan on Sports Wars and loved it. Then subscribed to Geeks and Gamers, both personal channels. Then found FNT and loved it, and subbed to Gary. Y'all are so hilarious. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, welcome in over here, and I'm glad you found all of our channels. It's really good stuff. So glad you guys are enjoying it. Shadow Knight, well, Jeremy. I say to you, hail for the Emperor. 199-632-15. Trump draining the swamp 2024. Crow, beards, and court women drive fast. Hell yes. That is awesome, man. I appreciate that. Squiddy Girl dropped a D-Day Cobra membership as well. Holy crap. Brock, how the hell are you, man? Brock dropped a massive super chat on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop, all because he wanted to see my character die. That's the type of support you get over here at the Snake Pit. For those that are curious, though, we are up to 82 new members on the night right now. 82. Now make that 83 new members. Lying Dogface, Pony, Soldier, dropping another one. Oh, Roscoe, you're not the boss of me. I mean, I genuinely meant like you guys didn't have to send any more super chats. I was just wanting to chill and talk to you. We got Hailstorm having to get the Beard of Shame together. And so I took that as an opportunity to go, let me just chill with my peeps, see what you guys are saying. But we do have tonight's Beard of Shame, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. CobraCast 199 is proud to present to you tonight's Beard of Shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
The jury is just returning and the court brought to order.
Order. Please rise for the Beard of Shame. Has the non-existent jury reached a verdict on this political witch hunt? I see. So there was never a case. This was all publicity sham? Hey, very well. I hereby award myself the beard as well as my cross-eyed batshit attorney general. Case dismissed.
All right, that was good. That was really, really good. Oh, man. Good job, Hailstorm. And I saw this. Willie Will says, at chat, it's so wonderful here. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Eric K. and Hail chat. Look at Willie Will. Good stuff, man. So I saw Willie Will saying, I'm still here, guys. He was looking after his wife. So Willie Will's good people. We love Willie Will. Appreciate you, brother. And I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're loving the chat. I'm glad the chat's loving you. This is still the best place on the internet, and it's not even close. And that's not going to change. It's only going to get better. CobraCast is only going to get better. G&G is only going to get better. I'm looking forward to letting you guys know what the future holds, because we got a lot of good opportunities heading our way. So we're going to call it there. I really appreciate all of you. I got Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow. And then we got Tuesday night's main event tomorrow night. And who knows, man? Who knows? We may fire up a crazy stream. I know a Saturday, by the way. So the reason I told you guys I was going to do the Saturday stream, that's the day that when did I drive up? Actually, was it? Yeah, I think it was Saturday, where I had to make the trip with the with the puppy here to Pensacola. So that's why I was quiet about what I was doing, because I wasn't really. It sucks. It sucked, but I do think that there's definitely a positive way to look at it, and that is very, very happy here with my dogs, and that made Krista feel a lot better once she saw the videos that I shared with her of them all playing and having a good time. It's like something clicked with her. She changed her whole demeanor at that point. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Yes, we have Geeks and Gamers Tabletop this Saturday, so make sure you go subscribe to that. Liberty Prime says Titanfall 2, let's go. Not tonight. But let's see. TJ Gray says, you move so slow in Titanfall 2, it's painful. Search, Monkey, Sniper, Titanfall 2 movement explained in 2 minutes or less. I don't watch other people to get tips from how to play games. That's just never how I've done it. I don't watch videos on Mario Kart. I don't watch, I don't like getting tips from other people or trying to do the deep dive on how to do stuff. I just play the games how I play them, and I tend to be one of the best players on my team. So I'm okay with that, but I don't like watching other people play games and then trying to learn their techniques. I just like to play the way I play. Yeah, I like to go through the process myself. And I think it's super gamer word to watch other people learn how to play a game. Just play the game yourself. Figure it out. You'll figure it out. But yeah, I do not do that. I don't do that. But hey, if other people do it, that's fine too. But yeah. Let's see. Dirty Jersey says, Jeremy, people from our generation never read the books that came with the games. We just play. Yes, exactly. Just play. But that's just my old school mentality. You know what I mean? But all right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to leave you with Sabaton. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for supporting me, supporting Geeks and Gamers, supporting CobraCast. You're the best chat on the internet. And I am lucky to be a small piece to this wonderful puzzle that we have at CobraCast. Have a good night, and we'll talk to all of you. Oh, hang on. Oh, Roscoe, that's You're Not the Boss of Me. That was earlier. You guys have a good night, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Time to rule at last. 15 years have all been
We got a few super chats that came in, but that's the outro right there. Lying dog face pony soldier. Don't take the new COVID shot. I know people still getting shots and it's heartbreaking. Give yourself a break. Hail 199. Thank you for all the support tonight. Lying dog face pony soldier. And Stacy S dropping a 50 bomb. That's how you know you had a good night. You know you did a good job when the people dropping a 50 bomb. That is right. And Stacey S is awesome. Stacey S sent a really awesome care package to the P.O. box. It was really cool. So thank you, Stacey. I really appreciate you. Appreciate everybody and all the support you gave us tonight. The best chat on the internet, and it's not even close. So I will see you guys for Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow morning. It will be me and Ryan, and then we'll have Tuesday night's main event, and I'm looking forward to that. And I want to see the whole chat lighting it up on Tuesday night's main event. Other than that, you guys have a great night. I appreciate you. I love you all. The best chat, the best community, the Snake Pit. Never, ever, ever apologize. Never back down. MAGA 2024. I'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everybody.